phones are tapped. They know every move we're going to make all the time.
Yeah, I should take a picture of this.
Oh, I'm videotaping what you're doing.
Oh, all right.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Why are you doing that?
I'm with the press.
Oh, really? That's good.
Are you looking for Audra Grace?
I don't have to tell you who I'm looking for.
Okay.
Okay?
That's good.
What paper you work for?
Policeabuse.com.
Oh, all right. Tell them I said hi.
All right.
You have a good day.
You too.
All right. Stay out of trouble.
Okay, one more question I'm going to ask. When the police officers was at the door, did they ask for permission to come inside?
They did, and I refused. And I asked them, did they have a warrant?
Then how did you refuse? What did you tell
I
them?
told them they can't come in.
Okay,
And
then
I asked them, did they have a warrant? And one officer said, well, no, all I have is this piece of paper here. And the officer behind him says, well, we don't need a warrant, and then pushed their way in.
Okay. Now you have a different incident that you need to make a complaint about. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, as far as the issue with the supposed search warrant and the seized marijuana, all that, were you involved in that anyway?
No. Although we was living right across the street.
Okay. Okay. So, where did this incident occur that you're talking about?
This incident occurred in Harford County on Pulaski Highway. I think it was December the 23rd, 2010. Yeah, December 23rd, 2010.
Okay. And what happened?
Well, a Harford County sheriff, we were on our way to work. We served papers. My son, he was with me. And the Harford County Sheriff stopped me and told me that he was ordered to take my 2001 Chevy Astro van.
Okay.
And he took it. The kind of ironic...
Did you own it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I had...
He just flat out took it?
He just took it. And the crazy thing is that a month before that, I was stopped by Baltimore County Police. One of the police departments that we've been having problem with. This was
go back. What was the name of the deputy?
That actually took the vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure is his name, but on here when I received this, they sent a notice of intent to dispose of an abandoned vehicle. A letter to the lien holder of the vehicle. The thing was that the vehicle wasn't abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped me and took the vehicle. Because I didn't have the money and the finances to get the vehicle out and pay all its tolls, I didn't think that I should pay it because...
What was the value of the vehicle?
About $7,000.
Okay. So that's a substantial amount of money for you. So, they didn't tell you why they took it?
No, he just said he was ordered to take it.
Who did they say ordered to take it?
He didn't say. He didn't say. A month before that, Baltimore County Police, I was stopped in the same vehicle. And if you flip them pages, you will see that a Baltimore County Police stopped me at night, around the same time he was going to work, and gave me a ticket for, well, basically driving without insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I told the officer I had insurance. The next day I called Geico. I proved that I had insurance. I went to court and I beat the charge. You know, I was found not guilty because I had insurance.
You just didn't have your insurance card with you or something? You couldn't find it?
Well, I mean, it was reading on his record that I didn't have insurance.
Okay.
And I showed him all of that. So the following month is December. the Harford County Police just took the truck.
Okay, this was at the District Court of Maryland for Baltimore County
Right.
in Essex, Maryland.
Yes.
Is this the same court as the other complainants? Or?
Well, we've been there a lot. I have a list of court dates and that me and my family have been through.
Okay. All right, let's go back to when it was seized. So, were you pulled over with lights,
Yeah.
lights and sirens, and then he just said, "I have orders to seize your car"? Didn't indicate there was a warrant to seize the car.
No.
Was this a lien holder situation?
No.
Was there a lien on the car?
Yeah.
Who was the lien holder?
It's on this page right here. You see, it's A&A International.
Okay, were you current with your payments?
Yes.
Did you contact him and ask him if they ordered the car to be seized?
Yeah, I contacted them. They didn't know anything about it. I was trying to get him to, the lien holder, to go get the car. He didn't want to go get it, and time just went by, and they sent him that letter. And after they sent him that letter, I went up there and got the letter from him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, after that I went and got the letter from him. Then they sent that notice to dispose of the vehicle. Now, it's like my son said, it's the same police department, precinct 9, where I was stopped for insurance violation that he said, that I proved that I had insurance. It's the same precinct in the same area where we've had problems out of this police department. And because we did file suit because of them entering our house illegally while my sons were minors, you know, it's just, they just been after us. It's been a total attack.
Other than this traffic ticket, is that all the
That's all that
paperwork?
he gave.
Did you try to get a police report or anything?
No.
Okay. Would I be able to keep this?
That's for you.
Okay, because I'll need that.
No,
This is almost kind of a mystery. Why would they take it?
This is just, and this for you too. This is just tickets, court dates, citations, safety repair orders from the county. And I stopped. You can keep that too. A lot of that stuff I sent to
I don't
them
think
out.
I'm going to need it that bad. I mean,
Right.
if you want to hold on to it, I don't.
And
have
if
a
you
problem.
wanted to see, this is a letter to the chief in 1998 that I wrote concerning entries of my home, and here's a return letter from about the incident.
Okay. That kind of skims
You can
over
keep
the
that
one.
too.
All right. So they did find some procedural errors with regards to false statements charged is placed against one of the youth. Okay. Okay. Have you addressed a complaint about your car being seized without any reason?
I tried to call Harford County Sheriff Department. No one ever got back to me.
Okay.
And unfortunate, because my work is mostly vehicle related, December 24th I went out and got and bought another vehicle.
So Baltimore County Police is not the same as Harford County Sheriff.
It's the next
Right.
county up.
It's the next county up.
Okay, how do you spell it? Just to make sure I get
With
it.
Harford,
Yeah.
Harford.
Okay, I guess I got it right. Harford County
It's
Sheriff.
Hereford also.
And it happened December 23rd, 2010.
Right.
What street did it happen on?
On Pulaski Highway.
Pulaski Highway, okay. And since I got the ticket, well, that was the insurance ticket. Okay, vehicle description, driving without current tags, not guilty, verdict not guilty.
There might be another one in there. From another time that I was stopped. But the failure to secure is the insurance violation.
This is interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to take a look into this myself. And it was basically the two complaints that were primary.
Yeah, but we did the unlawful entry. I mean, all of it's urgent, but we did that first, and then I did the vehicle because I wanted to put the whole thing together. I mean, just flat out, we've just been targeted from 1998. A Baltimore City firefighter was our next door neighbor. He lied and said that our house was a drug house. And to make a long story short, his son right now is serving 10 years for drug possession. And it's, you know, I don't know whether this guy was trying to detour away from his son, but it's been hell, and it's been a conspiracy of taking out our vehicles and making us move. And, you know, we have, you know, I know you guys can't handle a whole bunch of stuff, but we got documentation evidence of vehicles they took out and how many
fire vehicles put on fire.
Yeah.
I actually had a discrimination case against Baltimore County Police Department from them stopping me one day, and the next Monday I was fired. Now, I had a discrimination and retaliation case with EEOC. And once they found out that Baltimore County Police Department had something that they were involved with in some kind of way, they dropped it right at mediation time. They dropped the whole case. Gave me a right to sue letter, and it was hard for me to find a lawyer and everything right now. And I got documentation on that.
Has it been more than 2 years?
No, it haven't been more than 2 years actually. I just haven't been having the financial means.
You got a copy of that document?
Yes.
For what, EEOC?
Make sure you give it to him.
Okay. Yes,
okay. Okay, so basically, after we saw this happen, I mean, is this typically what?
This is an everyday thing. This has been going on since 1998.
When I met him, his sister would be going one way with a cop pulling over. He'd be running behind a police officer to take paperwork. Then 10 minutes later, he would get pulled over. It was just like cop after ticket, warning, ticket,
over 80
warning.
tickets.
So it was crazy when I met him because I thought he was some kind of star. Because it's like they were
it's part of an organized stalking, Mr. Miller, with law enforcement. I mean, they go around, they tell lies or whatever's about us. Everybody's on us, and it's this gang up mentality to do whatever they can to take away our vehicles and our homes. A vehicle just got hit yesterday. Now the last house we was moving in, before we moved here, we had to leave because it was 75% of PPU of carbon monoxide in the house. We moved here a month. My son files a thing with EEOC and retaliation. The same time that process is going on, the unlawful entry by Baltimore County Police Department. Now they evict us from out of here. They brought in a new agent to evict us out of here because of late rent 4 times. Of course we're late. They keep making us move. It's hard for us to catch up. We leave here. We go to Eastern Avenue, and a guy rents an abandoned house to us. We stay there for 3 weeks. My 2000 Chevy Blazer gets smashed by an unlicensed driver that they say that and the way that it was set up, it's almost impossible for her to hit my car, then swing out and hit bricks.
Let's get back at the situation that just happened. That police officer was actually there to serve Nicole papers.
Yes.
Yes.
And she was staying right here with us. He didn't even bother asking.
Yeah, just like when they came, it was like they didn't see any. I mean, all of
They
this
just pushed their way
was
in.
blocked off. The only thing missing was like the bomb squad and like the ambulance.
I mean, it was comical the way the
They know
demeanor
who
of
she
him.
They knew
They
who
know
I
who
am.
he is.
They know who she is.
So he knew. So
I bet
he knew
did.
who
'Cause
you
more
were.
likely,
Yes.
So now he's freaked out because there's a guy with a camera.
Correct. Exactly.
Because they never had nothing like this done to them before.
Well, anybody pretty
But
much.
he did
fighting
get
it
kind
back.
of. I don't know if he was nervous or if he.
He should be.
Well, Mr. Miller, the
It's
thing is,
right.
how did he know the timing that we was around here? This is what we go
didn't.
through. They have our
Every day.
phones tapped,
We
everything.
We
They
just
have
under
everything on
surveillance,
us.
just totally under surveillance.
Oh, this is crazy. We got to keep working on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
civil
is
rights. This is
complete.
Your complaint is with the Baltimore County Sheriff's Office.
Right.
Okay. And when did the incident occur?
It was March 18th
Mm-hmm.
between the hours of 4 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the sheriff showed up first, and they might have been banging for maybe 30 minutes, but it was
Where?
so loud.
Where was this?
Middle Crest Townhomes. They're in this area as well.
What's the address?
15 Gravello.
Okay, and that's in Baltimore, right?
Correct.
Okay. So they were banging on the doors?
They were banging on his door, on
Okay.
Mr. Olu Coyote's door. They've been banging for a while. I thought it was next door, and I didn't pay it any mind. And so I finally got up and I said, "Who is it?" from the top window.
Were you sleeping or?
We were knocked out. It was Sunday morning,
Okay.
and they had been banging for a while, and it was loud. And I finally got up and I asked, "Who was it?" from the top window. And he said, "Sheriff's Department." I'm like, "What?" Go downstairs. They tell me they're looking for Audra Grace. No Audra Grace here, Lieutenant. Well, we need to come in.
Do you know him?
No, not at all.
So this was an old tenant that they were looking for?
This was an old tenant.
Okay, and then before that time, how long have you lived at the address?
Maybe about a month and a half, maybe 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they just uninvitedly walked into your home?
Right. I had asked them, did they have a search warrant? The one sheriff or deputy or whoever he was, he said that he just had a list. His partner or whoever he was behind him said they didn't need one, and they pushed their way in.
So they said they don't need a search warrant,
Correct.
but they had an arrest warrant for this?
No.
Okay, they didn't even have anything.
No, they just had a list. It looked like a piece of paper with like a list of names on it. No warrant at all.
Okay. What did they do when they went through your house?
They immediately proceeded upstairs to the master bedroom where they searched. They searched behind the bed. They searched on the floors. They searched in the closets. They searched through shoe boxes. They came upon Mr. Olu Coyote's his little, I don't know what you want to call it, but he was growing marijuana.
Okay, were they searching in places where a person could hide? Or were
The
they
closet, the next door bedroom where the kids were, they searched in there. Maybe their closet, but other than that, they searched under the bathroom sink. They searched the showers.
Is there enough space underneath the bathroom sink for a person to hide?
No, sir.
Okay.
Not at all.
So they weren't just looking for a person, they were looking around for other things.
I believe so.
Okay. And then what did they find in their search?
They found 2 1-inch marijuana plants.
Mm-hmm.
He had a little black case, and it had some buds that he had. They took a glass jar with his name on it.
When they initially found the contraband, did they continue the search or did they stop the search and get a search warrant?
No, they continued to search. Then they initially called a female officer from Precinct 11, and she showed up. And they took some things out. There was no warrant that came. I believe they said, "Hello, Sarge." It was a white male there with a white shirt and a silver badge. The sheriffs took out what they wanted, and she proceeded to take the stuff down. She waited for one of her co-workers to bring a camera to take pictures, and they stood around and they talked about remodeling homes. You can use my guy, pretty good price, and he was asking me about Mr. Oli Coyote's dog. What breed is it? Conversation. I asked her what happens next. She said you'll receive some things in the mail. And
did you receive a property receipt for?
No.
Okay. Were you ever charged with a crime?
I was charged, and Mr. Oli Coyote was charged with manufacturing. What else were we charged with? Manufacturing, distribution, what was it? Possession, and production of the equipment. Yeah.
And did you plead guilty or not guilty?
No, I didn't plead anything. We went to a what is it, a disposition or something like that, and they granted us time for maybe to find a lawyer or something like that, but wasn't arrested.
Were you offered a public defender?
I believe they wanted us to go find a public defender. Yes.
Okay. And when do you go back to court?
November 5th.
And that's just a status hearing?
I believe so. It's a court. It's a trial date. It's a trial date.
There's a trial?
Yes.
And you still don't have a lawyer?
I have a public defender. We've been in contact briefly.
What does your public defender say about it?
He just said that the way that the information that I gave him, because we were talking, and he said that he's going to try to move for a what do you call it when you ask for more time?
Continuance.
Yes.
Does he believe that the search was illegal?
What I told him, I told him everything. He said from what I told him that it does seem that my Fourth Amendment was violated, and that he would be talking with the state's attorney or something like that. And the way he sounded, he didn't say it, but the way his demeanor was over the phone, that it was not legal because there was no warrant.
Okay. Now, were you involved in the other incident that Kashaki was talking about, or is it just the only incident that you were involved with?
This one.
Okay. All right, then, thanks. Okay, so you basically had the same experience as Nicole did, right?
Yes.
Okay, and give me your perspective. What you saw, what you perceived, what happened.
Well, actually, I wasn't even home the time of the incident. When I came back in, she was Nicole was a real hysterical, telling me what was going on. Said the police been in there, and I said, "What for?" We waited around to see if anybody gonna come back. No one ever came back. The next day, they sent us a letter in the mail saying that I can come pick up a penny. What that meant, I have no idea. But what I can tell you is that they've been after me since 1998 for harassment over a letter that I wrote from a previous time in 1998 when the police came into my house when I was a minor and searched illegally and left out. Mm-hmm. And I wrote about that, documented a lot of stuff, and ever since I told on that situation, they've been after me ever since. It's been over 10, 11 years, over 75 tickets. In this area, I done moved over 26 times with my parents. I haven't been able to get a job. I've been living with my parents.
You say you have a clean record?
I got a clean record. Never been in no trouble. At squeaky clean driving record.
And now you're being faced with a felony.
Yeah, being faced with a felony.
Now, was this? It was the Baltimore Sheriff's Department?
Baltimore County Police Department.
Okay,
Precinct
Baltimore.
11.
Okay.
And Precinct 9.
Baltimore County Police number 11. And what court is this in?
This is Kelso Drive. Oh, what court that's going to?
Yeah.
It's the Circuit Court in Towson. In Towson, Maryland.
Is that address on there? Circuit Court for Baltimore County. Case number. Oh, that's a different one.
That's actually probably mine.
It's not the Circuit Court for Baltimore County?
Yeah, Circuit Court for Baltimore.
Okay. Where's that located?
It's in, I believe it's 401 Bosley Avenue.
Yeah, 401 Bosley Avenue.
You say 41?
401 Bosley Avenue, Towson, Maryland.
B-O-Z?
B-O-S-L-E-Y.
S-L-E-Y.
In Baltimore?
Yes, Baltimore County, Towson, Maryland.
Okay. And you have a public defender too, is that correct?
Yes, but he won't. I don't know, left him over 10, 15 messages with his secretary, and he just won't call me back.
So you can't even get consultation with him.
I can't even talk.
When do you go back to court?
I got a trial date on November 5th.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a good thing when you can't get a hold of your attorney. I mean, publicly appointed attorneys tend to not be as readily available as somebody you pay a lot of money to have. Nonetheless, they still have an obligation to give you good representation, no different than, you know, they have to give you just as competent of representation as a paid lawyer.
Right.
So, I'm not going to make any recommendations on record, but I definitely believe that both of your rights were violated in that they didn't have a warrant, didn't get permission, and didn't have exigent circumstances such as seeing the subject outside and going back in the house. So really, there was no justification for them going in there and seizing what they seized, and even if they had a legitimate reason to be in there, they still had to stop and get a search warrant. So that's my opinion about the matter.